Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village nestled between rolling hills and surrounded by lush forests, there lived an old man named Samuel. He was a gentle soul, known for his wisdom and warmth, and cherished by everyone who knew him. Samuel had a grandson named Tom, a lively and curious boy with a heart full of questions and a mind eager to explore the world. Tom and Samuel were inseparable. Every weekend, Tom would visit his grandfather's house, which stood on the edge of a sparkling lake. The house was small, made of wood that creaked as if it had stories of its own to tell, with a garden overflowing with blooming flowers and a tall, ancient oak tree that had stood for generations. One day, Tom found his grandfather sitting by the lake, gazing thoughtfully at the water. "Grandpa, what are you looking at?" Tom asked, his voice full of curiosity. Samuel smiled and patted the ground next to him. "Come, sit with me, Tom," he said gently. "I'm looking at my reflection and thinking of the old days. Would you like to hear a story?" Tom's face lit up. He loved his grandfather's stories. They were filled with adventure, mystery, and timeless lessons. "Yes, please," he exclaimed, settling down beside him. Samuel took a deep breath, his gaze soft as he looked out at the lake. "When I was a young boy, just like you, I lived in a different village, far from here. I was restless, always looking for something exciting. One day I heard about a hidden treasure buried deep in the forest. Everyone thought it was just a legend, but I was sure it was real. So I set off with nothing but a sack of food, a map I'd drawn from clues I'd gathered, and my father's old compass." Tom's eyes grew wide. "Did you find the treasure, Grandpa?" "Patience, my boy," Samuel chuckled, a twinkle in his eye. "The journey took days. I crossed rivers, climbed mountains, and braved storms. I even encountered wild animals. Every night, I'd look up at the stars and tell myself I was one step closer to finding the treasure." One evening, after days of searching, Samuel stumbled upon an old man sitting beside a fire. The man was frail and wore a worn cloak, but his eyes sparkled with a kindness Samuel had never seen before. "He welcomed me to his fire," Samuel continued, "and we shared stories and laughter. He didn't ask me why I was there or what I was looking for. He only listened. When I told him of my treasure hunt, he nodded and handed me a simple stone with a word carved on it. Wisdom. This is all the treasure you need," he said. "For every step you take with wisdom, you'll find the riches you seek." I was disappointed, of course. I wanted golden jewels, not a rock with a word on it. "What did you do?" Tom asked, intrigued. I didn't understand at first, but as I grew older, I realized that his words were truer than any map or compass. The stone reminded me to make wise choices, to be kind, to help others along the way. It taught me that true treasure isn't found in things, but in the moments, people, and choices that shape our lives. Tom sat silently, absorbing his grandfather's words. "So, did you ever go back for the treasure?" Samuel smiled, reaching into his pocket. He pulled out an old, smooth stone with the word wisdom still etched into it. "This is the only treasure I ever needed, Tom," he said, placing it gently in his grandson's hand. "And now, I pass it to you. Remember, life will offer you many adventures, but with wisdom, you'll find happiness and peace, no matter where you go." From that day on, Tom carried the stone wherever he went, a reminder of his grandfather's love and the importance of living a wise and kind life. The bond between the two grew even stronger, and every time they sat by the lake, Tom would hold the stone, feeling its smooth surface and remembering the story, grateful for the greatest treasure of all, the love and wisdom passed down from his grandfather.